Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for 2 Year Eternity Season 2, Episode 19. So, we have this one, and then one more, and then the season is over. I'm so not ready for it to be over. There's so much our characters, know now. We could get, so many of our other characters back if we wanted. There's, so much shit going on between this, war. It's how do we wrap it up in 2 episodes? But I guess we'll see. But let's not talk about how it's going to end. Last episode, Kahaku cut off his arm to try to prevent what was happening, but it didn't work. We had, God, so much happened. Bon killed himself in order to give Fushi his form to bring Fushi back. He's still connected by the rope we saw, so hopefully things can, I guess we already saw, some of the cannonballs be, enveloped in the iron again, right? So he is kind of back. We had Echo trying to jump off the roof because the knocker ended up getting inside her, and then it stopped her by grabbing on. So it was messed up. It created a nasty face, a creepy face of freaking of Fushi. That was disturbing. And we had what's her face? March run off on the horse trying to find a doctor, but ended up what did March end up doing? She came back and Kahaku was gone. But then I guess Bon had her sit outside while he did what he was doing, right? But yeah, it was a lot of things. We also lost Kamu, I believe his name was. Sorry. But yeah, just so much stuff has been happening. I'm excited to see what happens next, so let's get started, shall we? We're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. That'd be a wild thing to see. I'm surprised the knocker didn't act. Maybe it was in, self-preservation. In that moment, when she was holding the orb, you would think it might know what was happening, but maybe the knocker just didn't understand what this orb tied to a rope was. But it was around Kahaku, so it should have known that that rope was, Fushi and his lifeline to this town. I don't know. For whatever reason, it didn't move. Maybe it was scared for its own life because there were so many people there that could have killed it. My dog is sleeping in the corner of my room. She's snoring every now and then, so if you hear weird noises coming from my mic that you don't normally hear, it's probably my dog being weird. Sometimes she, gets up and she'll, she's laying on a blanket over there, and she'll, get up and, start kicking the blanket around to, fluff it up or make the bed a little more comfortable or whatever. And she'll, whine while she's doing it. It's so weird. But she seems like she's out like a light, though, so a little snore there. But at the most, you'll probably just hear a little bit of snoring. Alright, I am so ready. Yeah, so I guess that was her up there on that roof. I thought it might have been, but her hair was she looked so different. And then dawn. Man, he just has a blank in his memory too. He just wakes up and immediately goes back to fighting. Now that I didn't even think about that because so much was going on. But will he have the ability to see spirits now that he has Bond's body? Yo. Oh man, that's What a shitty way to wake up. Oh, he can. Wow, okay. That's huge. He can see him now. Wow. Who are you? Did we ever know their names? Damn. Alright. What do we got going on outside? Is it March? Ah, it's the rest of them. Nice. Hey, Gugu. Tanari. Can he remember them because he can see their spirits too? So even though he lost the forms, he can remember because their spirits are still there. Can he take the forms if he remembers then, or no? Oh shit! Okay, they're coming back! We have a fucking army, man! Is he gonna make Oniguma? Tanari? Yeah! Gugu's back, baby! Aww. Auntie Tanari, they got to know each other there, too. Holy shit. Who would have thought we'd ever get this? Finally, Fushi gets some, like, relief, right? Yep. Hmm. That's what it seemed like in the last episode for Vaughn. Man, he pierced himself all the way through, huh? No. No. Ma. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Wow. No. Oh, Rigurd even came back, too. That was the name of the bird, right? I couldn't remember it last episode, but it just suddenly came to me just now. Oniguma's back, too. Yeah, March was nice to Oniguma in his last moments, right? Alright. I guess they're immortal now, right? I mean, kind of like the way the other three are. They can just be brought back. Oh shit. Is this Kohaku? Or is that... Oh no, that's Echo, okay. Oh shit. I hope they don't kill her to take care of her. Hmm. Jesus. Our heroes are gonna come in here. Yeah, burn that fucker. Damn, that's terrifying. Okay, I guess that got him that form back. Hey. Does he have to refill the alcohol in his stomach now? Because Fushi, when he had the form, he was able to just manifest it within himself, right? Oh my god, Rigurd, you badass! Oh, March just climbs right up there. Can you imagine just a kid? Nice. Damn. 3 times the rate. God damn. And he doesn't have to change every, like, 2 seconds to stop from passing out. Nice. Wow. We're just finishing this up, right? Holy shit. She's being, like, pulled by it. Ugh. It's just, like, dragging her. Ugh. Poor Echo. Come on, we need to save this girl. Is he like sending the map to him? That's awesome if it, yeah. Wow, that's so cool. I love it. Oh, this poor girl. Is it? Are they? So they're helping it. Wow. So it is completely on the side of the knockers now, huh? Hell yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not a hell yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know. What a badass. He somehow followed it? He's getting it, but why would you get it? Ugh. Ugh. It can do this? We know it did the face before. Even he's like linked to it, right? Yeah. Oh. Okay, so it's still in Echo. Oh, is it gonna try to run? Maybe? Oh, wait, what? Using all the forms. Hmm. Ah, interesting. Just made them pierce each other. Oh, oh, that's fucked up. I was gonna say he's looking out for her, but then he called her that. Oh, that's not good. Well, luckily we have... Ugh, it's so disturbing, man. Hmm. Oh shit! The water gun? Yup. What happened to the knocker? Is he gonna leave? Oh, he has the knocker again. Fuck. So, because the forms got destroyed there, did Fushi get those back? Or does that knocker still have the forms? Oh. Damn. Well, shit. So crazy to think about. This man just lost his arm and is still alive. Just no medical attention, just wrapped it up and walked away. Yeah, I don't think that should be the go-to solution. Just... No. Hmm. I want the boy back, though. That we still don't have a name of. Oh, shit. Wow. People just wanting to be brought back. I mean... Okay. He can just do that. Right. Until then. Wow. Damn. They brought these guys back. This guy's just... This guy needs some clothes. I'm immortal. Wow, he just has a fucking immortal army. Hmm. Okay. What? Oh, an army. Wait, whose army? Brother? Oh shit, well, okay. I didn't even know there was a prince. Maybe they mentioned it and I missed it. Shit. They just... so, doesn't mean all of them have been defeated. It means they just realized they couldn't win and peaced out. Shit. What a crazy episode, man. By creating... Oh, shit. Wow, that was an abrupt ending. Okay. That was a lot to fit in that episode, though. I appreciate that. We're gonna have, like, a wrap-up episode, which is good. I mean, I don't know what it's gonna entail, but I imagine it's gonna be, like, a... Like, what where do we go from here? Like, what happens now? He has a freaking immortal army. He can just see the spirits thanks to having bonds form and bring people back to life. That's wild. So, like, how much of humanity could just become immortal now? If people, like, if this, because this is gonna get out, like, an entire city of people know that if you just decide not to go to your paradise and find Fushi, he can bring you back to life. Like, unless he starts denying people that, there's gonna be, like, there's gonna be some serious overpopulation problems on this planet in about a while, right? Because regular people that haven't died are still going to be having birth, or giving birth and having birth, yep. Giving birth and having babies. And then they're going to, like, people are going to die and they're going to, like, come back and be immortal, and it's just, the numbers on the planet are just not really going to go down, except for the people that choose to go to their paradise, because I'm sure there's going to be some of those. But that's it, guys, for episode 19. Man. Alright. So, one of the questions I have is, if you choose to go to your paradise, like, we saw Bon in his paradise and he chose to leave. Could you choose to leave at any point? Like, like, I almost said Tanari. Not Tanari. Perona? Like, Perona isn't around, right? So I imagine she stayed in her paradise. If she, like, somehow, like, became aware or something, like, I don't know if they're unaware, or, like, if she did, like, could she decide to leave, or because she's already been there for so long, she can't leave, right? I don't know. But this is the kind of, like, drastic turn for the show that's actually really interesting to me, because when the show started, March's death killed me. Gugu's death hurt me a lot. And then Tanari's death was kind of like, okay, I didn't really like you at first anyway. And then, or I guess Tanari didn't actually die, but the rest of her friends died, right? She lived. Shoot. Damn it, I can't remember her name now. The old lady. It's not Perona, but it's like Piorin. There we go. I knew it was like kind of close between Perona and Piorin. I get them mixed up. But Piorin, her death was sad too. But it was also kind of beautiful the way she was like, you know, the way she went, and, you know, she was older. She lived a long life. So I wasn't as like emotional as March, who had so much life ahead of her and died young, right? But like, it started getting to the point where it was like, okay, like, characters are going to get introduced to Fushi and they're eventually going to die, right? Whether it be old age or whatever, Fushi's immortal, we just got to expect people to die around him. So it's like, that idea of, like, storytelling was starting to get a little bit old for me. But now that they introduced the way that Fushi can just bring them back, I feel like we're going to be moving away from that kind of storyline of just, like, Fushi meeting people and then them dying on him, right? Because now, if they choose to, they can be brought back. If they don't choose to, then I feel like Fushi can kind of respect those wishes of, like, oh, yes, they chose paradise, and they're happy, right? Because that was their choice. And I feel like that takes away kind of, like, a lot of the sadness and death, right? So that means going forward in, you know, if the show does get a season 3, like, it's going to be a whole new dynamic. Now, I don't know if episode 20 is the last one, or if there's a season 3, if it's, like, confirmed or whatnot. Let's see, is there a My Anime List page for season 3 yet? I can check real fast. What's the Japanese? It's Fumetsu, right? No, Anatai. Season 3, there is a page for it. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't think there's any date or anything yet. Yeah, no air date, nothing yet, but there is a page for it, which means maybe it might be like loosely confirmed. I don't know if just because there's a Mal page if that means it's like confirmed or not, but at the very least, that means episode 20 wasn't planned to be the finale of the entire series, like end of the manga and all that. I'm assuming this is based off a manga or a light novel or something, but whatever the source material may be. But yeah, like the dynamic is going to shift, and I love that. Like I'm really curious, and especially because like obviously I've known that this, like, I guess I don't know much about the Japanese history. I don't know if Yaname in these different areas actually existed in like our world's history. Um but it seemed like the world was already progressing at like different technology and different stuff than our world. But now it's like, before, remember, I think earlier this season I talked about like how it'd be crazy if we like jumped super far in the future and it was like modern times with like skyscrapers and stuff. Like, sure, it could still go that way, but having like an immortal army that Fushi now has, and it doesn't have to be like an army, right? It only needs to be an army if they're fighting something, but just having like immortals and stuff, like this world could progress like crazy quickly, but also like a crazy different direction. Like I talked about, like overpopulation and problems like that, like those are things that in like the distance of the show we could talk about. Now, it's going to take a very long time before overpopulation becomes like a major problem, but really, like, even then, Fushi can, with his powers, like, his powers have grown exponentially. Like, he was able to grow 3 times a faster rate. He wasn't as fatigued and everything after coming back from being the orb. So, things like hunger and stuff might just not exist on this planet soon, right? Like, if he can encompass the whole planet with his powers, then he could just sprout food for everyone everywhere on the planet. Also, they're immortal. Do they need to eat? I don't know how that works, but like, it's just interesting. I wonder how their body functions work, like, because they're not technically immortal. Like, they don't heal from their wounds. They can just be brought back again by Fushi, right? Which means their bodies are still relatively human, but how human? Like, can they have kids, or can they not do that anymore? Because I could see that being a problem. Like, oh, you brought me back. I left my paradise, but you didn't tell me that I wasn't going to be able to do this, this, and that. Like, we could have some, like, political drama in the future, right? Um, but, but yeah, I don't know. It's certainly interesting. I'm really curious what the last episode is going to have. Like, are they going to give us a time skip and, like, do these characters age? And then, I guess Fushi could just remake their bodies again. How does that work if their bodies do age, do their spirits age too? Like, let's say like 20 years passes and March is like 25, or I guess she's probably like 7 or 8 or something, right? Like 27, 28 years old, let's say. And she died. Would Fushi then bring her back as small March, or would she bring her back as bigger March? If she even ages, but maybe she doesn't age anymore because of it, right? I don't know. There's a lot of questions to ask, a lot of things to learn. The Knockers just gave up. Like, what are the Knockers gonna do now? Are they gonna still be a threat, or are they just gonna be gone? Are they just gonna go off and be like, well, our plans failed? But I still want to know more about the Knockers. Like, do they have like a leader that was like leading this? Did that leader just give up? Like, what's that all about? What does the black one do now? Like, there's so many different threads that could be, wrapped up or expanded on, I feel like. So, but talking about this episode anyway, I love the little detail of him like stuttering saying March, because he was realizing as he was trying to say it that he never said it out loud before, right? Because I don't think he ever did, right? Because he couldn't talk when she was around. Now, I don't know if he ever talked about her in hindsight, like, but I don't think he ever really did. I don't remember him ever really saying her name out loud or anything like that. So it was just a really cool detail where it's like the show is aware of its timeline and you know, the fact that Fushi couldn't talk when she was alive, and then him struggling to say the name was very cute. But yeah, I mean, even like that's just crazy that anyone, like any spirit that's out there still, like, because even ones that don't know about Fushi, like, I feel like they're gonna have to explain some things too. Because a lot of these people were out there, they were willing to come back, which means they knew the situation, right? But if you come up on like a random spirit, I imagine Fushi's gonna talk to it first and be like, hey, I can do this for you if you want, or you can keep being the way you want to be, right? Like, I don't know. I almost wonder, like, it would be kind of cool to just be wandering around as a ghost. I imagine it would get old very quickly, but maybe there's some people that enjoy it, right? There's probably some freaking... I doubt this show would ever go into it, but there's probably some, like, pervert spirit out there just, like, lurking around in girls' locker rooms and shit. So it seems like a very anime thing to show. But yeah. Man. Like, I don't have much more to say. It was, like, a wild episode. I guess I could talk about Kahaku. I didn't really talk about him. He just kind of left. He said the Guardians are going to separate from you. I guess probably partially, like, guilty for what he's done, you know, and because he played a part in having this knocker with him, putting his faith in it, saying it'll never hurt you, and then it did. You know, it's the reason that Bon died. Mentioning that Kahaku could have, that Fushi could have killed Kahaku at any moment was, like, kind of dark, because Fushi doesn't usually, like, I don't think Fushi has ever, well, I guess he fought in the arena back in season 1, but did he ever kill anyone? I don't know that he's ever, like, killed an actual person, right? He always just kept, like, wounding them and knocking them out and stuff because he didn't want to kill, I think. I can't remember if he's actually, like, killed a person or not, but it's not like him to just kill someone, even if it's someone like Kahaku, but, I'm kind of glad Kahaku's gone. That whole, like, family lineage thing was, like, weird and bothersome. Now, I don't know why he took the knocker back after everything it did. Like, he cut off his own arm to try to kill it, yet then begged for it to come back. That's one part of the storyline that I don't really understand. Like, I know it was a part of his family lineage for a long time. I also don't know that Fushi got those forms back. Like, because we didn't kill that knocker, does that mean that he just lost those forms? Because it was more than just... Because I was going to say, like, some of the people that the forms were taken are, like, returned, right? But there's ones that are like the beer man, right? There's definitely more than that. But, like, because we did have Gugu burn the form before, and he got it back, so maybe when, who was that? That was Hyro, right? I think that, or that might have been Kai, actually, my bad. I get those two mixed up a lot. But when he came in, and you saw them all, like, cut in half on the ground there, like, maybe that was enough to get him back the forms, but we just never saw him turn into any of them. So I don't know, we're gonna have to wait and see. Like, obviously, the iconic boy who, like, we still don't have a name for him, but he was in the first episode and all that. Like, I'd like him to get that form back. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Bond's character, and everything, but the boy is just him, right? So I think he kind of needs to get that back, or else it's gonna be kind of weird. And then obviously he's probably gonna turn into Bond whenever he needs to see spirits. I'm assuming he's going to have to turn into Bond to see the spirits. I mean, who knows? Maybe he could evolve to... Because, like, he's always had to, like, turn into Perona to shoot arrows well, turn into March to climb well. It's not like all those things translate to, like, his main body, but maybe that'll be another evolution to his power. Maybe he will be able to translate those abilities they have into the main body, and then we could have him be that base form while still being able to see spirits and do all the things that the other forms do. Except, you know, obviously Gugu's form, which I also don't know if he can even utilize those forms anymore. Like, could he still turn into Gugu even though he brought Gugu back to life? I feel like that hasn't been, like, totally answered yet. I'm gonna assume no, because I imagine it's kind of like how the knockers take the form from him. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, crazy episode, crazy stuff. We still have one more to go, and then we'll talk about the show as a whole. I've been really liking the season. The first half was like a bit like a little slow in comparison to like how the second half was, but I appreciate the build up to what we have now because this stuff is crazy every episode. So thank you guys so much. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. 2 more episodes ahead of time, which is the finale and whatever replaces it. I have a poll going on right now, but by the time you're seeing this video, the poll is probably finished. Because I watch these. I have like 1 ahead, and then I'm also 2 ahead on my Patreon. So by the time this episode comes out on YouTube, I will have episode 20 recorded, and I'll have episode 1 on. I'll have episode 20 on Patreon, episode 1 of the next show on Patreon, and then episode 2 will be what I'd be like recording that week. So yeah, the poll is definitely done at this point. So apologies if you missed it, but keep an eye out when we get towards the end of a show, when it's like 4 to 5 episodes away from the end of the show is when I'll be doing a poll to replace them. So make sure you keep an eye out for those, and you can help vote for what to watch next. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Links are in the description to all the stuff I mentioned before, Patreon and all that. I also have a Discord and a Twitter and all that. Check it out. And links will be popping up on the screen here briefly. So thank you, and I'll see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.